Good morning. Welcome to Baileys and Tea Saturday. Welcome back, I should say, right? I've been away for, I don't know, 3 weeks I think we're going on now. I'm just gonna refresh my screen so as you pop on, say hello. And I probably should mute it as well so we don't get any back noise going on. There I am, live on the page. Look at that, I figured it out this week. I thought I might be a little rusty and not know what to do. I was just talking to Cam about it. Like, it's been so long since I was live, I don't know what I'm doing. Give it a few minutes to catch on. I've got my tea. Cheers. As you saw yesterday, I posted, it was my 5-year anniversary, or if we're counting in the grand scheme of things, it's my 11th year anniversary. I did leave for a couple years, but came back. So that was fun. Looking back on last year's 4-year anniversary post, I kind of did the same thing. I was creating for today all day yesterday, so had some fun with some new product, and that's what we're going to have a play with today. So if you saw, and I'll kind of talk as I flip you around so you can kind of look away if you get dizzy. If you saw online, we have a new bunch of products that are going to be online exclusives only. And so that's what they're calling them. Oh, now what's going on? Oh, hang on. Okay, I think we're good now. I see me on the screen. Hopefully you can too. I don't see anybody out there in the world, so I will just continue on. So I posted a calendar graphic to help you know when these releases are coming, because they are going to be released throughout the year in between our regular catalog launches. So it's going to help us get some more products and just have some more ability to create some more beautiful things. But you will only find these on my online store. So you have to go there and you have to find them there. Oh, I guess I should be careful about that QR code. So the beautiful product line that we're going to play with today is this Hello Irresistible Sweet Collection. It's got a stamp set dies, it's got some designer series paper, and then it's got these loose frosted dots, which are currently out of stock, and we don't have a date of their return yet, but they are gorgeous. I'll show them to you here on the container. You will have to use a glue dot or just some Tombow glue to glue those down, but they're in some beautiful colors. There's Pretty Peacock, so that is a returning color. Also, we are having a color refresh going on. We've got Daffodil Delight, and then Pretty Pink is the pink color that is in those. So announcements for the color refresh are coming just before us as designers get to look at the new annual catalog. Good morning, Rhonda. You're walking the dog. Right on. Good on ya. Let me just see if I can get comments here so I can see and talk to you guys at the same time without having to see it underneath my holder for my camera. Let's just bump that over a little bit. There we go. We should be okay. Everything looks crooked to me. Hopefully it's not for you guys. Morning, Valerie. So nice to see you guys. It's cold in the rain. Oh, it's supposed to get really cold here today. So we've got the Hello Irresistible 6x6 designer series paper, which is absolutely gorgeous, and a lot of the dies coordinate with the paper. I'll give you a quick run through of the paper. I love these muddled backgrounds. It's got some great texture on there. And then the dies will cut out the small and the large flower, which most of the cards I'm going to show you today, I have actually just used the designer series paper. Turn that one around. So same large and small flowers, and then you could fussy cut out these little leaves if you wanted to, if you enjoy fussy cutting. Some leaves, the dies will cut out this 3-leaf combo and the 2-leaf, and then you'll have to fussy cut those little ones out. So I always do a quick run. My little tip for you today is I take one sheet of each of the ones that the dies cut out. So these 2 flower sheets, this one, and then there is a second one that has leaves on it. And then I make myself a little baggie of product, and then I start creating from there. So that's a good way to just take one sheet, use it up, die cut it out, and then you have those little things to grab onto. And I just love this. So there's a speckled stamp in the stamp set as well that kind of mimics what you've got going on that paper. I love this one. And then in the die set, there is a fun die cut with those circles, and you'll see on a sample a card that I've made with it. And then this sort of wreath die also has that little dot selection on it, but I love these just plain backgrounds. So if the flowery sort of leafy side does not do anything for you, you've got these great background pieces that can create lovely cards as well. There's that other leaf that the die is cut out, and just some great patterns as well. So that's the pretty peacock that's coming back. Also, they've announced that Lost Lagoon, I don't know if you were around in Stampin' Up! World when Lost Lagoon was out. I think that was the year. Nope, I can see from here that I do have the ink pad. So I was still a demo when that line of products was out. But it was with honey. There was a honey and there was a few other ones that were in that line that were really beautiful. So this one is awesome. So you've got some great sort of background pieces and the flowers. These would make great sort of backgrounds for scrapbooks, which I will make a page probably. And then that great pretty peacock one. And then just some great dots on the other side. So great patterns. Like I say, if you don't like the pattern part, you can definitely use the back sides and you'll still be able to create some beautiful cards. So what was out in that? So we had Hello Honey. Who remembers Hello Honey? I love that color. The Tangelo Twist. That orange, that bright orange. I love that. I wish they'd replace this with pumpkin pie. I don't really like pumpkin pie. And then Lost Lagoon is that one that's coming back with the pretty peacock that we had not too long ago. And then in this collection too is Mossy Meadow, which is a current color of ours. So you'll see that when they do a refresh, they tend to bring back some of the in colors and they blend them in with other ones that we already have. So here is the stamp set. It's got some nice scripty, what am I looking for? Sentiments. And then it's got the great leaves that you can stamp and the flowers, so that matches the designer series paper. And then you've got that cute little bunch of leaves that you could die cut or just cut out of the stamps, but you can, or out of the designer series paper, I should say, or you can stamp them, which obviously stamping would be easier. And so great red rubber set, lots of detail to it, and then of course the dies. So there is a little one. I didn't look at the dies carefully. There is a little flower thing, so I didn't have to fussy cut all those silly ones out. There's a die for it, and there's some different leaf shapes as well, but of course you don't have a stamp that goes with it. And then you've got some great leaves that sort of just give you an outline in whatever color choice of paper that you use. So some great dies in this set. I got it for this bubbly border die because it's so fun. And you will see on some of the cards that I create where I've used that. So one more quick thing I want to draw your attention to is the basic 3D combo pack of embossing folders that we have that are also gorgeous in this line. So we've got some great polka dots. And the beautiful thing about these is they look good up or down. So debossed or embossed, whichever side you want to use, they look great. And this is on just jade paper, so this is not a color that's coming back. I just use my retired paper for things like this to show you. And this one kind of looks like a starfish or something. Same thing, looks great embossed or debossed. So that is a nice feature of these. Most of our embossing folders look good either way. And then we kind of got like a crosshatch sort of one as well. And it would look good both sides as well. So those are another item that you want to maybe check out in that online exclusive. There are more items. This is just a flyer that they released for us to pre-order from. And you can see all the other items online. And I also made a graphic that had the extra little items in it as well, so for you to check out. All right, let's jump into the card, right? That's what you're here for. So here is the card that I created using the paper, that crosshatch embossing folder, using the die cuts out of the designer series paper, and then just some simple embellishments. So I use the beautiful shapes dies to create that hexagon circle or hexagon shape, I shouldn't say it's a circle. I'm losing it, you guys. So I took just a regular 4 by 5 1/4 piece of paper, and I put my largest size die cut, so this big one right here, right in the middle, ran it through my machine, and then I ended up with a piece of paper that looked like this. And then I also embossed it. So I just did this ahead of time to create it as quick as I could so that I didn't have to bore you and go off screen to do that cutting. So you'll get that. And then I have taken a piece of the designer series paper. So I've chosen this one, and it's kind of got some coloring on the other side, as you saw when we looked through. It's kind of, I've used this corner, but it's kind of got some pinkies over here. So depending on sort of the background that you're looking for, which obviously on this one, I used sort of this end of the paper instead. So I thought I'd change it up for our live. So I've cut this just slightly smaller than my 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white, just so that when I layer it on the back, I've kind of got that little bit of edge on there. So we'll go ahead and we'll attach that. And you can choose at this point which side of the embossed piece that you want up or down. I'm doing it the bumpy side up. And then actually I'm just going to leave that laid down, and then you can layer this on top. So how is everybody? I haven't seen you guys in so long. I've missed you. I've been busy running around all over the place. I was in BC last week for about 48 hours. If you saw my post, my flight got canceled completely on the way home. So I was stuck in Calgary. That was not fun. So I've used the splattered and the pretty and, or sorry, petal pink, not pretty and pink. Ooh, that's a way back color. And I just sort of stamped it around the edge, and I turn my stamp as I go so that I get my dots going in different directions. And it's just going to be very subtle in the background. It was just sort of to create a little bit of interest in behind that basic white layer that we've embossed. So we've kind of just got some speckles all around. And if you know me, I love speckles. Speckles, splatters, you name it. All right, so we've got our layer piece here. So we're going to use some dimensionals. And we will put these on the back. And I put just one in the middle there. Peel those off. So this is a pretty quick and easy card. And all the ones that I'm going to actually show you today are just using the paper and maybe a few other supplies that I have, whether it's embellishments or ribbon or something like that, but easily adaptable to what you have on hand. And just remember, when you get designer series paper, use it up. Do not hoard it. Speaking from experience, I just did a big purge. I'm not sure who's getting my purge of products yet, but I am just going to turn my light down just a smidge there. It's awfully bright. But I did purge out a whole bunch. It's just insane the amount of paper that I have. Are you guys like that? You can post in the comments or send me hearts or thumbs up if you're like that as well, because it's obscene the amount of paper that I have. But I mean, given that I've been doing this for 10 years or more, it does collect. I know that Rhonda has been posting a beautiful cabinet that her husband made for her. I thought I cut some more of these. What did I do with them? Oh, I think I know. Nope. Okay, well, I did cut some of these, but I don't know what I did with them. Oh, here, they're mixed in. Silly me. Okay, so we need 2 of the double leaves. And then, like I said, I cut these out of the paper, and I fussy cut these, not looking closely at the dies. So you can die cut these with that little die that's in the set. Brilliant. Thank you, Stamping Up. Although I like to fussy cut. So you can choose to use a big flower or a small flower. you'll see out of the piece of paper that I chose, it's kind of got a mixture where it's got the yellows and the pinks, so it's really nice variation. So we'll pick that one. So we've got what we need there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our flower down. You did a purge before you loaded up your beautiful, oops, I gotta put my ribbon down. Oh, I'm really out of practice, aren't I, guys? It's okay, you can call me out on it, I don't mind. Tie a bow with our linen thread, you know, it's my favorite. So with Stampin' Up, right now, we're going to be going through the color refresh. We're also going to be getting rid of our beautiful colors of fresh freesia, pale papaya, soft succulent, and what else is in that? Polished pink and evening evergreen. Those colors may or may not be leaving. They might be part of the refresh. We're not got word on it yet. We have to wait until the 29th. And then you'll see it probably everywhere. All of us demos will be posting how excited we are about the colors that are coming. And then it'll be time for us as demos to look at the new catalog. So I'm just using a glue dot to attach that, and I'll trim off my tails. So I made a big loopy bow because my flower is pretty large. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure I've got it in the right direction and put my flower down. So yes, color refresh. So be on the lookout for that. If you want certain colors, you may want to stock up now. Honestly, things will fly off the shelves within the hour. It happens every year, and you don't want to be left with some of your favorite colors and not be able to re-ink them later on, or have a marker or a blend or something that you love and you can't get it anymore. So make sure you stock up, okay? I've warned you. That's my public service announcement of the day, and you're on your own now. I went to the thrift store. That's an awesome idea to do it. We have a lot of senior centers here in Edmonton, so I'm thinking of reaching out to their activities directors and seeing if I can donate some of the products that I have to their little program so that the seniors can make cards as well. So I'm just going to put a flower on the inside, a larger one. And I didn't really place that well, so I'm just going to have to trim it off, otherwise it will stick out. There we go. So just to decorate the inside. And then I will stamp the envelope later because I want to show you all the extra samples that I made. Right? That's what you come here for. And don't forget to tune in on Wednesdays at 11 on my page and 11:30 on Instagram is when I post the extra samples that I make to give you some more ideas for this. So the natural finish ribbon, I apologize for my beat up, chewed up ribbon roll. My dog got a hold of it. But this beautiful ribbon that we all know that you can stamp on, you can see on my card here, I've stamped the hello on it. So don't forget about this ribbon. It's gorgeous. And my Stampin' ink. So I just use Memento. I hadn't had a problem with it yet. You could use Stays On if you wanted to. And I just leave it there for a few seconds so that those fibers in the ribbon can absorb the ink. If you just stamp it down really quickly, most likely it will be very, very light and you won't be happy with it. And then I just angled off the corner and made myself like a little banner. So I'm just going to set that aside because I do leave a trick that I do is I leave it for a little bit just to let that soak into the ribbon so that if you wipe it. I've been having issues, I'm not sure about you guys, with my Memento and our basic white and it rubbing. off and smudging, and it's not looking very pretty. So I've kind of gotten into the habit recently. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the basic white or whatever. I've kind of done a little bit of research and haven't seen anyone else complaining about it, so I don't know. So my trick now is to just sort of leave it for a few minutes before I start using my blends on it and before I start sort of manhandling it. So I'm just going to trim down my ribbon a bit more, and then we'll attach it to the front. So this card is very simple, not too complicated. I'm just going to lift my ribbon and I'm just going to put a little bit of seal right there. You could use Tombow as well. And I'm just going to tuck that end underneath my flower to cover it up. So there, we've got a beautiful little card, and we'll add a few of those little embellishments. What do you think? Pink or yellow, you guys? What's your vote? What do you think? You do that too with your, yeah, I don't know if it's a new thing with the ink or what, but good idea. Just leave it before you manhandle it. What do we think? Yellow or pink on this card? Or a little bit of both? Because you know I like to mix it up. Valerie says pink. Rhonda, you got a vote? I'm not sure who else is out there. You two are the only two chitty-chatting with me, and I appreciate that. Let's do pink. Rhonda, quick. I'm doing pink. Both. Okay. We'll do both on one and pink on the other, and then we've made everybody happy, right? So I'm just going to do a couple daubs of glue. So you do get, if you manage to get these lovely dot things, whatever they're called, what are they called? These frosted dots. There is a lot of them in the package, so they're going to go a long way, even though you can't get more right now. But they are quite gorgeous and great for shaker cards. So if you love shaker cards, or if you took, Glenda and I, we did a retreat with the Playing in the Rain suite. If you did that, we showed you a couple different ways to do shaker cards. So you got some great ideas there to use those ideas and these lovely little bits. And if you didn't attend and you still want to maybe make the cards on your own because you've just gotten that set or something like that, the tutorials are still available through us. So just reach out and we'll help you get those and get on your way to making beautiful cards with the Playing in the Rain suite. Maybe we'll put another one up there. I'm going to have to do two because you can't do, got to keep them in odd numbers. Maybe I'll put one right there too. Oh, I like the combination of both. How about you guys? Oops. And then I need a little yellow. Oh yes, I like that. Good choice, ladies. I like it. I'll hold it up so you can see it, and then we'll have a little peeky-boo at the other ones that I made. So there's the lovely pink one with Valerie's pink selection. I love it. And then I've kind of mixed them up with the yellow, the Daffodil Delight, and the Petal Pink. I love it. Oops, let me get on screen. Beautiful. Good job, ladies. Okay, so we've got those ones, and then let's have a peek at some other ones. So this one I've created with just using a background of the Designer Series paper. So that fun little, where is that one? This one here with the lovely dots all the way across. Use that as my background. I've half embossed your regular standard 4x5 1/4 inch piece for layering. I've half embossed it with the, I call it the starfish embossing folder. And then I've just used the big flowers on there, and I did just a little ribbon layer across. And then the happy birthday's from a different set. I can't remember which one it is. And then I've mixed and matched. So our new sequins and the milky dots, unfortunately, are not available anymore. So those are your milky dots. Oops, I apologize. I'm not on screen again. My camera's in a different direction, so I'm used to going this way, but my camera's not that way today. So easy. Use up that paper, cut them out, pre-cut them, and good. You're using up that designer series paper and getting it out of your stash, right? So this is a fun one. I'll just pause for a second to make sure that that ribbon is that natural ones that I used, Rhonda. The natural, the one we can stamp on, the natural finish ribbon, this one. And I just layered it underneath. So this is the dots and spots embossing folder. Yes, so it's kind of like the half, here, I'll go back here. This is a separate piece of paper that I've layered on top and just done the ribbon right underneath that. I didn't attach it very well there, so I could actually pull it back. So you'll see that it's just attached to the very top and then layered over top of that standard layer. Sorry, I might not have explained that well. My brain. You know, you go away for 4 days, or well, I was only on the ground in Comox for 48 hours, but the traveling and everything has taken me all week to like catch up and get my brain back in gear. So this one I used the dots and spots die, which is a fun one. If you got it last celebration, they had it as an extra. If not, it is absolutely a must in your collection because it's so much fun. And then I've just used a strip of that lovely paper that had the flowers on it and cut it down. And then just did, I have a little baggie. I don't know about you guys, but as you die cut stuff for classes and whatever, sometimes you just have some random things. I call it scraps on my desk. Random things that you didn't use for something. I kind of go in here and I filter around first and find things that I can use before I die cut a second piece of something. So this just came out of the picture this dies, and it's been sitting in there forever, so then I've used it. So, and then I just sort of put some of those little dots from the stamp set onto it to create a little bit of background. And then these are the leaf dies that come in that set that sort of just give you a great outline, and that's in the soft seafoam. And then I just tied a little bit of ribbon around it. These are the milky dots. I didn't realize that they were out of stock until, or actually not coming back until after I'd made these cards. I checked the inventory list, so I should do that before I start. So that's a nice simple card using the paper again. Here's another one where I've used strips of the lovely leaf paper, and then there is that fun bubble die, I call it. Cut out of our textured, what's that paper called? Let me look real quick. It's gorgeous. It is the textured 12 by 12 shimmer. So you got blue, green, and white in it. And so I've just die cut it out of that. So it's got a little bit of texture to it as well. These are the lines. This is a little bit of a finicky die because you got to basically glue your glue dots on the back of the circles. But the effect is gorgeous, so it's worth it. And then that's just layering a bunch of the die cuts out of the designer series paper, another scrap out of my baggie. I'm sorry if you can hear the kids next door thumping down the stairs. And then just some of the natural textured ribbon, I think it's called, and more milky dots. I apologize. I went crazy with the milky dots because I'm like, I haven't used them. I got to use them, and then realize you can't get them. And then this is another card just using that background of the paper. These patterns are so gorgeous. Like, how can you not? And then this is the backside cutoff of this piece of paper. So if you look at the paper, you'll see it's that pattern. And on the back side, it's this. So I just used that little cutoff to stamp my greeting and put it on the bottom on dimensionals. And it turned out great. And then I've used the loose loose dots. I can't get the name of these. Now I don't have to remember because they're not in stock right now. Loose frosted dots. I've used those in all the colors. Or no, sorry, not in all the colors. In the pink and the pretty peacock to decorate that front of the card. So nice and simple, nothing too complicated there. And then if you sign up for anything with me, basically, you get a free card tutorial. So this is the tutorial that I did for this month, and using obviously this lovely bundle, and we've got that great bubble detail, and it's just using the die cut. So there again, you'll see in Lost Lagoon, so that lovely color. You can see how well it pairs up with the pretty peacock, because that's what I used in the background. And then just using the designer series paper and stamping the greeting on the actual flower instead. So this is part of my tutorial contribution for this month with the lovely ladies that I do it with. And that is a bunch of cards showing you how to use up this gorgeous paper and that lovely bundle of Irresistible Blooms. Isn't that pretty? Do you love it? Share some hearts, share some love, share the comments, whatever you want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you. I will have some more samples, probably using more of the stamp set instead of just the paper. I was a little tight on time this week. Thank you for the hearts, ladies. I love you. And now those will go on live on my page at 11 o'clock on Wednesday. And please share the video if you want. If you think you've got some friends that have got this and need some inspirational ideas, please share that with them. And all the other links, if you can't get it today, Monday is when the link goes up for the YouTube. So you can grab that link on Monday as well. And I'm off to work, you know, for a fun weekend of that. And oh, yours is going to be here soon. Ooh, Valerie, you're going to love it. So now you've got some great ideas to use with the paper. And then Wednesday, I should have some with the stamp set to inspire you. It is a gorgeous set. So, and then if you've been online and looking, I have the Rhino bundle on the way to me. So I'll be creating with that very soon. And then also those lovely dies. I can't remember what they're called because I don't have the whole flyer in front of me. Like those border dies and stuff like that they have are on their way to me as well. So I've got some fun new stuff out of these online exclusives so that I can show you, and you'll have some lovely ideas. So thank you again, ladies, for tuning in. It's so nice to see you again. I will be back next week, and of course online a bit more often this week. Yes, thank you for your understanding and a little bit of slowdown on the page, but it'll be back up and running in full force this week. And I look forward to seeing you next week. If you have any questions, please reach out. I am here to help. Although I am heading to work, my responses might be a little shorter, but or a little longer, I should say. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. You have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care. Paper hugs. Bye-bye.